should have worked like I wanted it to. In theory? Howdy. I've just been trying some new stuff that I've been fiddling around with over the past week. Dark Legion Mage from our Discord sent me a huge amount of super helpful streaming tips, streaming things, just like everything you could ever need to know. So I've been trying out some new stuff, which is why I had that fancy little transition at the start. We're getting professional here at Nomad Games, apparently. But yeah, welcome to another Talisman Digital Edition developer stream. Just going to message everyone on the Discord so every single one gets a notification, because that's what we like to see. 23 Brick, howdy. Professionalism is so 2010, you're absolutely right. All the cool kids are incredibly unprofessional. Is my audio all good, by the way? Normally I get my boss to check for me, but he's on lunch. So I have to rely on you cool kids. Awesome. Got my tea, as is tradition at this point. Who's on third? Who is on third? That's a very good question. One that I don't know the answer to. However, what I do know the answer to is whether or not we should play Talisman Digital Edition. And the answer is yes. As soon as I finish moving things around. Yeah, so compared to how I did it last week, I now have a cool transition at the start, which, if anyone wants to see it again, oh my god. Like, I've blown my own mind with the stuff that I can do. A week ago, I was just like, oh, well, you just start and then it's there. But turns out, you can actually do quite a lot. Who knew? Alright, so got Talisman Digital Edition, I've got the chat, got everything sorted. Who's ready to play some Talisman? I most certainly am, because I just remembered last time I was playing, I was in the middle of a game, because when I stream here on the Nomad channel, I tend to only stream for like 2 hours or so, because of the way that my work time works. That then gives me an hour after the stream just to like sort anything that needs sorting out for the day. I'll try and work in advance just to make sure that everything's as it should be, as much as I can. But yeah, I like to have that little hour to just reply to any emails, sort out anything that needs sorting last minute, and yeah, go from there. But that's enough about me. How is everyone? How are you all in the world of either Florida or wherever you're from? And are you ready for some Talisman? Because I need to remind myself what happened in the last game. Oh yeah, I was playing with the Dragon expansion. That was it. I was playing with the Dragon expansion, which I'd played a little bit with before, but I'd not played a huge amount previously. So, oh my god, I've just checked, and so that's really weird. It's cool, but really weird. So I've set it up so that the stream goes to Steam as well, because I was like, well, if I'm streaming anyway, I might as well let the people on Steam Watch Me Stream. And I've just gone on it just to check that it was all good. And I'm currently streaming to our developer page, which makes sense. Asmodee Digital's page. I'm not sure I should be, because I know that we've got a lot of back-end stuff with Asmodee, but they're not publishing Talisman anymore, so I'm going to look into that and see why that's the case. But I am also streaming to the Warhammer Steam page, which I imagine has quite a lot of people on it, so I suddenly feel very watched. Not that I wasn't watched before. Free C? Have I got it right? Have I forgotten it in the week? Alright. Got Lightning Bolt. Destruction and Blessed. What have I actually got? Taking care of my 97-year-old father. Life is good. Say hi to your dad for me. I hope he's doing alright. 97's... That's impressive. What have I got? Fang. Dragon Rider. Alright, so nothing too thrilling, but nothing too horrible either. Flesh Golem. Yeah, the dragon can be a lot of fun. It's just... yeah, it's a bit rough, innit? Right. It's a good day here. I'm off work, mowed the lawn, made some lunch, beautiful weather. That's what we want to hear. That's the kind of day that we want to have. That's the kind of day we want to have as much as possible. Alright. So, how many trophies do I have? None. So that's probably the best place for me to go, right? So, because it's only got a strength of 1, so I'm actually probably going to be alright. Alright. So I need to roll... what are my odds here? I need to roll a 5 or a 6 to win. And if I roll 4, just drawing. Oh, what can this guy do? I might as well re-roll if he's going to let me do it for free. Alright. Let's re-roll. Good. Fang helping me get 2 chances at re-roll. Yeah, I mowed our front lawn about a week ago, because up until now it's been summer. And obviously, no, up until now it's been winter, and obviously there's not that much need to do it in the winter because it's not growing, but now the summer's hit, and yeah, it's starting to get a bit foresty out there, so I gave it a good old mowing the other day. That Harvest Horror card puts Kate Bush's Hammer Horror in my head every time I see it. Now, I'm going to admit something live to the internet. Not really listened to a lot of Kate Bush. I feel like I need to. I feel like that's something I need in my life, but I've not actually listened to a lot. Right. Take myself a nice little sword, because why not? What is blessed anyway? Replace your fate up to your fate value. Okay, I might as well do that. I might as well. Also, I've played hours of Mystic Vale this last week. I blame you. You're so welcome. You're so massively welcome, because that means I'm doing my job really well, because it's my job to make people play our games, so Thanks for the confirmation that I'm doing good. Have you been enjoying playing Mystic Vale though? Like, that's the main thing. I mean, I'm assuming you have because you've been playing it hours of it, so. I'm really bad at it though. Well, practice makes perfect, or at least acceptable. We'll settle for acceptable. Alright, I've got a Goblin Tunneler. Who will win? Assassin versus Goblin. Oh yeah, Cat Lady's definitely the ideal if you literally just want a nice short little game. But still can't beat Mystic Vale. I think just the combos and stuff you can do. Every game feels like you're going down a different route with it, so it's quite nice. Alright, speaking of nice, what's happening in the world of Talisman? Dragons for days, which makes sense, I'm playing with the dragon expansion. So Cat Lady is another one of our smaller, I don't think we've got anything else that's probably comparable size-wise. No, I don't think we do have anything else that we can compare with that. Yeah, Cat Lady is a very good game. It's I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It's a card drafting game where I've actually got a physical copy here in the house because, you know, I saw it at like 20 quid. I was like, yeah, go on then. But yeah, the whole idea of it is to get as many points as you can by building the best cattery that you can. And when I first started at Nomad, I didn't actually own cats, but now I do, so I've got a whole new appreciation for Cat Lady. Yeah, it's a very quick game. You can play around in like, I'd say 5-10 minutes, depending on how you're playing. Yeah, it's still a very, very good game. Alright, I've got a choice between desert, and both of them will make me die. So, what we got here? I don't know which gold dragon. Let's go to the woods. Let's go to the woods and not die. Ooh, move a card to this space. Howdy, geeky chappy. Welcome to the regular chill Talisman stream. So I'm probably feeling like I look forward more to Jelly than the rest. It sounds similar in playable scope to Cat Lady, unless I misunderstood the news roundups. Yes, so Jelly, yeah. So we've got, for anyone that doesn't know, we've got 2 secret projects that we're working on at the moment. And the 2 secret projects are called Peanut Butter and Jelly. So Peanut Butter is the larger of the 2. And Jelly is... describe Jelly. Jelly is, yeah, it's a very short, it's a much shorter game, and it is, I'm trying to, it's annoying because I want to talk about it, but I obviously need to like stop and think about it for a second because I can't say too much about it. Yeah, they're wildly different games, very wildly different games. But yeah, one of them is a game that is very well known, and one of them is a game that is not well known at all. And Jelly is the one that's not well known and the smaller one, which we've been working on for quite a while now. We're making really good progress with it. We're really happy with it. I think it's weird because I think Jelly is the one that has a lot more of the tech side done, whereas Peanut Butter has a lot more of like the art, at least the concept stuff done. But yeah, Jelly's much more of a technical game, I'd say. But they're both very cool. Hang on. I was too busy chatting and I didn't realise that I was getting mugged. I didn't realise I was getting absolutely mugged. Don't kill me. Well, that's bloody sad, isn't it? I'm only gonna have been murdered. Well, what a way to start the stream, eh? Oh yeah, don't confuse it with The Cat Lady. That's a very, very different game. One that I actually finished. When did I finish that? Because I'd started playing it. For anyone that doesn't know, The Cat Lady is a psychological horror point and click game. I think that'd be the best way to describe it. Yeah, I actually completed that. Where is it? Where are you, Cat Lady? Yeah, I actually completed that recently. Yeah, so I finished The Cat Lady back in March of this year, after starting it in 2014. So I'd literally done like the first chapter in 2014, and then in March of this year I was like, you know what, I never actually got any further than the first chapter. I'll go back. So there's like a massive gap between. Oh yeah, it is that old. It's pure dust making. You're so welcome, by the way. Yeah, like I just checked and I got Steam in 2011. So I've officially been playing on the Steam account for, how long will it be now? 11 years? Yeah, 11 years is right. Right. I just looked back and at least I'm not the only one that's become a ghost. It looks like everyone's become a ghost. Alright, I'm gonna get back on that Sacrican. Right, draw a Veil card. Soul Dragon. Come on. Oh no, don't do this to me. I'll settle for that. I'll settle for a draw. I'll settle for a draw. At least that means I don't die. Just looked it up and discovered it is my Steam library. I've never played it. Yeah, I think it was given away in a couple of Humble Bundles, like back in the very early days. But yeah, it's a very strange game. Whereas Cat Lady is much more chill and has a lot less psychological horror elements. Yeah, you literally have to compete to be the best cat lady, and you do that by picking up cats and food and treats and costumes and picking up stray cats, and yeah, it's just a very nice chill game. Highly recommend. Yeah, it is very chill. We've got it on mobile as well as Steam, and yeah, it's very good on mobile just because it's super good to just pick out and play for 5 minutes when you're waiting for something. Yeah, weird that I'd recommend a game that we've made. Well, in some ways, because I'm obviously marketing and publishing for Nomad, it's literally my job to recommend games from Nomad. So it's literally in my job description. That is a mistake I made. Got it on mobile. Oh, mistake as in can't stop playing it, or you'd rather have it on Steam. Well, a couple of weeks ago I did a Cat Lady stream where I played some Cat Lady. So if you want to go check that out, go check it out. It should be in our saved videos here on Twitch. I recommend it, and I do have ties to the company, so there you go. Alright, so far I'm the only ghost that's still alive. I'll take that. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions or burning inquiries while I'm playing, feel free to ask away. We've had quite a good week here at Nomad, just in terms of getting some more Catan work done, which is always nice. We've identified an issue with the Windows Store, which Rob, one of our directors, is sorting out now. It's quite a simple, not simple, how to say it. It's, once you realise what the problem is, it's quite easy to fix. The issue is you need to do it manually for every piece of DLC, which, when you've got, I think Talisman's got like 40 something pieces of DLC. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh my god, I've been reborn. Alright, cast when you're about to engage in battle. The Phoenix fights when you're playing to the strength of 5. Okay. I'm back to life, baby. Alright, where is that Saracen, you absolute slime ball? Yeah, can't put the phone down, joining games here and then on Android. When I'm free, I'll wait for something. Can't say not slacking, my code is compiling. Hey, I have spent many good hour waiting for something to upload or waiting for something else to come through here at work, and just being like, oh, just gonna play some Cat Lady for a little bit. We've all been there, we've all done it. Alright, let's roll a dice. Go here, and that's fine. Been meaning to ask about Catan. I was sure there was already a non-Nomad digital version of the game, or is that different somehow? Yes, so currently there is Catan Universe, which is the free-to-play Steam version, but the version that we're making is console exclusive. So it's just for Xbox and PlayStation. So we're not going to be competing directly with Catan Universe. Obviously, it's all put out and overseen by Catan Studio, who we've been working with since we started the project. And yeah, basically we're going to be publishing it just on consoles through Dovetail, who are our publisher, who do have their own train simulator game. Funny that you mention it. Oh yeah, 23 Brick, I know you're very much looking forward to the console Catan. Yeah, we're actually thinking about doing a survey of Catan players, because like 3 months back now, we put out a Talisman survey where we asked the community what they wanted to see from Talisman in the future, and what they wanted to not see, what they liked, what they didn't like, and that was super helpful, like super duper helpful. So we're basically planning on doing something similar for Catan, if we can, where we put out another survey, but this time just for Catan players. So for anyone that's played the physical game, anyone that's played the older digital ones, just people that like Catan, basically, because we've got a rough idea. Well, I said we've got a rough idea. Basically, we know what we're doing. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh. Alright, I'm dead. Where was I? This game's going horribly, so let's just carry on. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Catan survey. Yeah, so we're going to be putting together, hopefully, a survey that we can send out to Catan players, and just get an idea of what the community likes, what they don't like, what they're worried about. So ahead of doing developer streams and anything like that, we can make sure that any fears that people have, we're not sure what those might be. They might be like, oh, we're worried that you'll not put enough emphasis on this, or previous digital adaptations haven't done this right. So yeah, we want to put out a survey to ask people what they think, what they want, what they don't want. Not everything we'll be able to act upon, but just knowing that that's what people care about can be massively helpful. So yeah, I think before we put it out to the public, I'll probably get in touch with some of the people that are like really keen to see Catan from us, and just run the questions by them, because obviously you guys are the fans, you guys know what you care about and what you don't care about, and you know what's divisive within the Catan community. So yeah, we're hoping that'll help us give us some insight into what people want. I purchased Tin Man's Final Fantasy Classics and played City of Thieves in order to compare it to Final Fantasy Legends port Black Sand. So is that the yes, that's the other port of Fighting Fantasy from the Tin Man Games studio. Yeah, I've not actually played those. I might have to play those at some point, because for anyone that doesn't know, we've started opening it up so that we're not necessarily just playing our own games when we're doing streams. So what we're going to do in the future, starting next month, where I'll be streaming some Gloomhaven, is actually checking out other digital board games, just because gives us a chance to play something different, gives us a chance to see what other studios are doing, and also just talk about what's happening from like a design point of view, see what we like, see what we don't like, see what we do differently, and yeah, just spread the digital board game love, because I know that that's very big at the moment. People love a good corporate Twitter account interacting with another corporate Twitter account, but it's very different, I feel, when Xbox and PlayStation are like, oh, well done on the launch, and everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe they're talking to each other, when each of them has like millions and millions of followers, compared to us, where you've got our studio and the studio that make Gloomhaven Digital. We're both in the same position of being a small independent studio that are making digital board games. So anything that we can do to like support each other and big each other up is always going to be a fun time. Fragment souls shimmering the pool. 2 fate and 2 life can be found here when revealed. Yeah, Piotr, how was the Fighting Fantasy Classics versus Fighting Fantasy Legends? I'd be interested in hearing your opinion on that before I try it for myself. I was making a DLC number joke, but yeah, unfortunately, Dark Legion Mage, I've tried to set things up, but it looks like I haven't quite toggled things right. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. Sorry to disappoint, but I did manage to get a fancy little transition going, so it's not all bad. It does feel bad, but I'm getting there. Hang on, can I show off my fancy transition? Right, you all ready? You're ready to be blown away by the technical marvel that I've been able to achieve. And then, oh my god, considering that I didn't even know that was a thing before all the cool stuff that Dark Legion Mage sent over, I'm getting there slowly but surely. Commander Door, good morning. Hope you are having a good time. Looking forward to seeing Gloomhaven. It's the most expensive game on my wish list. I haven't pulled the trigger and bought it yet. Yeah, luckily I was able to get a copy just because we all tend to roll in the same board game, digital board game circles. So we're always summing each other out with keys. So yeah, I've actually also got the DLC for it, but I don't know if I'm going to be trying that because I haven't actually tried Gloomhaven yet. I just haven't got around to playing it, but I was actually interested if, so obviously I've not played Gloomhaven before, as I said. I wondered if people would be interested in me doing a stream where I go through the tutorial and like give my first impressions as someone that's never played it before, or if people would prefer if I like played it for a couple of hours before the stream, like just so I'm not getting completely lost and failing at absolutely everything. But yeah, let me know what you'd prefer, because I'm cool with doing either. Getting ready for an interview. Good luck on your interview, Commander Door. I hope it goes well. Something that I always remember for interviews, or something I always keep in mind, is it's as much a interview for the company as it is for you. Like, you're there to figure out if it's the right company for you. And if it's not, that's okay. I always find that takes the pressure off a little bit, because you don't just sit there going, oh, but I'm the only one getting grilled here. Like, you can be there and be like, well, no, I need to know that you're a kind of place that I want to work. Tin Man version is an almost perfect recreation of the original game book. Final Fantasy Legend turns into more like an interesting D&D style adventure, both true to the original, yet played very differently. Okay. That has got me very interested in trying out the classics one. I might have to add that to a future stream. I'll add it to my list to pick that up. I'd be quite interested in that too, to be honest. First looks are always interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to go in completely blind and see how much I can figure out live on stream. I think that sounds like a fun plan. Nice, now you're going to have others as well, like Be Right Back, intermission, outro, and ending stream. Yes, I do. I'll need to figure all that out, but you've given me the tools. Yeah, thanks again to Dark Legion Mage. They sent over a really, really good collection of just tips and loads of research into best practices and things you can do while streaming that I would not have been able to find on my own. So yeah, massive props. And honestly, the tutorial that feels tutorially is pretty short. You get playing real quick, that's fine. I always find that better. Any tutorial that just throws you in and goes, okay, here's what you need. That's all you need to do. Like, that's the best way to do. Right. Okay. Strength 7. I feel like I'm getting locked in a constant battle of auto lose. Yep. Okay. Okay. It's a death. Well, this is going very well. I just keep dying and coming back to life. But at least I've not fully died yet. So that's not the worst. Yeah, I've got Gloomhaven all downloaded and ready, so I'm all good to go. Yeah, I've actually already sorted out the stream schedule for next month. So I'll be publishing that with the Nomad News Roundup that we do at the start of every month. Just because it's a nice way of getting all the information about what we've been doing for the past month all in one place. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I think the next game that I'm going to be playing is Fighting Fantasy, funnily enough. So, for any Fighting Fantasy fans out there, tune in next week, where I'll be playing some actually don't know which one I'm going to be playing. Will we play Legends? Because it's the first one. Seems like an easy way of doing it. Alright. When is it my turn, please? Alright, so lots of dragon scales. So something I wanted to... Because I've played I've played a decent amount of the physical version of Talisman, but I've not played with the dragon expansion as like a physical thing. When you're putting like the dragon scales on each of the... what do you call them? Positions? Squares? Spaces? Spaces. When you're putting the scales on all the spaces, does it make the board get quite cluttered? Because it looks like it'd make the board quite cluttered, just from the sheer amount of stuff that there is on the board now. Everyone's losing. Everyone's losing, and I'm out of tea. I'll last for a certain amount of time. Alright, what have we got? So I can go here. I suppose it doesn't really matter where I go, because I'm just going to draw a Veil card. Alright, time to murder a Lemur. Get a life back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get 2 lives back before I stop being a ghost, because otherwise I get stuck in that loop of coming back and immediately dying. Clutter is an issue with physical Talisman. Yes, same for setup time. One of the reasons I play digital these days. Fair enough. So much to think about when playing the Dragon expansion. It's almost a full-time job to manage the Dragon tokens and cards. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, even now, like, I'm not really thinking about them. Like, I'm aware that they're on the board, but I'm not thinking about them a huge amount. Like, if you were playing this as a physical thing, I wouldn't be able to keep track. Like, my brain's just not built for that kind of thing. I love physical board games, but digital versions make life so much easier. Yeah, I think that's why I'm looking forward to playing some Gloomhaven, because it means I get to experience this thing that everyone's been talking about for the last 2 years, without having to shell out. How much is a physical copy of Gloomhaven now? Let's go on. Let's go on the good old Electronic Bay. Gloomhaven. We got £85 for the second-hand one. That's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Yeah, so it's around £100 for a new sealed. That seems to be about the going rate. 100 quid, which is still a lot for a bunch of cardboard. Alright, where am I going? What am I doing with my life? That's the question. Let's go here. That's what I'm doing with my life. Can I murder you straight away? Yes. Alright, 2 lives. Things are looking okay. Sarakin's slowly making his way up to the top though. That's why I'm glad there's a digital version of Gloomhaven. There's no way I have room for the physical version. All the time it would take to set up and play it. Yeah, just the space considerations alone is... yeah, it's not ideal, is it? Like, how many people have a table that big? Like, before I was living here in this house, I was renting a flat around the corner from the Nomad office, and I had a table in the kitchen that was like that wide, that deep, like a square thing. And yeah, you could have 2 people sit and eat a meal on it, and that was about it. So the idea of having somewhere where you could actually play something like Gloomhaven is just not going to happen. Plus, digital versions handle most of the rules, so you can switch off and just let the game take care of them and not worry about making mistakes. Yeah, like, one of the reasons that I really enjoy doing these chill Talisman streams, and why I think this game makes such a good, just like, I don't know what game to stream, so I'm gonna do a little Nomad stream, is for the last 2 minutes or so. Like, the game's been going and I've not had to do anything, right? Like, the AI is just taking its turns, which means that I get a chance to talk to you lot and just chat nonsense for as long as I like. I bought a physical copy of Descent recently. It's chonky. I don't think I'm sure I've heard of that one. Descent board game. Journeys in the Dark. Oof. New sealed. 120 quid. That is mighty chonky. There's some big figures. There's some very big figures. Oh, there's a companion app. That makes sense. Alright, let's come back to life. Please. Alright, I'm gonna mess up the Sarrakin's day. Why is he getting all the good stuff? Nothing but good stuff. Talisman is my wind down game. Play it every day to relax. Yeah. Because, you know, you've still got to make some decisions, and it's still a game where you're like, you can plan ahead. But compared to some other games, it's not like, oh my god, I need to think about 20 different things all at once. You can think about it as much as you want to think about it, if that makes sense. Like, if you want to be, like, paying attention to absolutely everything, you will get a benefit from doing that. But also, I haven't been paying attention to what anyone else is doing, and that's fine. I live in a small rural town in Germany, and they opened a board game / hangout store there, and I want them to stay in business so badly, so I bought a big thing. Yeah. Supporting your local business is always a good thing, especially board game and hangout spaces. Like, I went on a trip last weekend, and about 40 minutes away from me, there's a independent second-hand video game shop. And I saw that they had a copy of Kingdom Hearts on PS4 that I've been looking for a while. And it was 21 quid. And then I looked, and on Amazon it was 20 quid. And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, you know what, I'd much rather spend an extra £1 here at this local game shop. Rather than go, oh, well, I'll just save £1 by going to Amazon, because we all know Jeff Bezos doesn't need that extra £1. He does not need that extra 20 quid. Whereas this small games shop will appreciate that small 20 quid. Like, it's all about giving it to the people that will care about it, right? Alright, what have we got here? Strength. Let's fight this fool. Oh, why you gotta do that? Why have you got to do that? Why is it such a bad time all the time? That's sad. That's very sad. Bought into the Hero Quest Kickstarter with all the expansions and it's massive. Yeah, I can see that. Again, not a game that I've played, but a game that people have asked quite a lot for us to do digitally. Come on, get beaten by the dragon. You know you want to get beaten by the dragon. Not that it can get beaten by the dragon. I think the Sarrakin's got this. Don't think there's anything we can do. Because... yeah, he's just going to take on the Dragon King. Well, I suppose he could just die. That's also an option. Look forward to the Castles of Burgundy Special Edition Game Found project, which starts next week. Yeah, my boss keeps a close eye on all of the physical board game Kickstarters, because he is quite the fiend for board games. Every time we do a video chat, behind him is just a wall of board games, which I'm quite jealous of. So yeah, he's normally got something on the go that's on Kickstarter. Currently desperately trying to get my hands on a copy of Decorum. Oh, is that one that's been out of print for a while? Because I know that happens a lot. Like, we got that a lot with Fury of Dracula. A lot of people were saying, oh, it's great that there's a digital version, purely because I can't get a hold of the physical copy. It's really new. This is just a low print run for the amount of demand there is. Alright. What we got? If we did do Hero Quest, I'd hope we do custom scenarios such as the dreaded Fortress of Peril and Gravity Land. Of course! You can't do Hero Quest and not do your own custom scenarios. It's foolish. Absolutely foolish. Alright. So I'm going to see if the Sarrakin wins. If they don't, then we can carry on. But obviously if they do, start a new game and see what other fun things we can get on the go. Well, that's rude. Oh well. At least the dice were rude to her as well. Came out last month and I set a local store to try and procure it, but all the suppliers seemed really confused as to where to actually get one. Okay. Who's publishing it? Floodgate Games. What else have they done? Oh, those are the people that did Fog of Love. What else have they done? Was it Robotics? Epic Resort. They've done quite a few games. Yeah, they don't look like the biggest publisher in the world. Yeah, maybe they've just not... Yeah, they've not actually put out that many, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, Floodgate Games, maybe they're just a bit on the smaller side, so they haven't got the means to pump out a huge number of copies or get them into the hands of smaller distributors. Yeah. It's one of the reasons we don't deal in physical board games, because we don't have to worry about any of that. You can just put it on a digital storefront and it's all good. Yeah, I hope you get your fingers on it at some point, because yeah, it's always annoying when you can't get hold of a board game that you want, so I'm rooting for you. I have an original copy of Hero Quest First Edition, but worth a fortune on eBay, but it got ruined last year after the roof leaked. That is a tragic tale, if ever I heard one. That's very sad. How much are First Edition Hero Quests going for nowadays? Yeah, that's devastating. Was anything else damaged when the roof leaked? Because when we moved into this house, one of the first things we looked at was the roof, because we were like, we know if that goes badly, it's gonna be a bad time for everyone. Well, that's bloody sad, isn't it? I'm a ghost again. What? So even if I die, I still have to fight the werewolf. Oh. Well, alright. I'm going to do a quick question to everyone in the chat. I've officially died, and the Saracen is just marching his way up to the Dragon Tower. Do I just sack off this game and start a new one? Because at this point, I think it's almost a matter of time. I think my dad has spent about $800 US on the physical Talisman game. Wow. That's quite impressive. That's very... like, even we haven't spent that much on copies for The Office. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and restart, because I think I'll just be waiting for my sad end. So let's play a new game. Who was I then? The Conjurer. Minotaur, Dragon Hunter, Fire Wizard, Dragon Priestess, and Dragon Rider. Not affected by Dragon Rage. At least my original Talon copies are still good. They're probably the most valuable board games I own. Yeah. Keep those nice and safe. And I like to make sure there's a replacement for everything. Fair. That's fair. You never know when you're going to need a replacement. Alright. I don't know who to play as. Anyone got any suggestions of who I should play as? Because otherwise I'm probably just going to go random. All except the box for the city expansion. That did get spoiled. That's sad. Could play as the Sayer. 1 spell, roll dash move, 1 to the score. I've not actually played as the Pilgrim before, so let's give him a go. Like, just being able to have the option to move 1 extra space if you want to seems quite good. So, yeah, let's do that. I'm sticking with everything that I had on. I'm sticking with it. Then the characters start their turn. All the characters' weapons and armor except magic objects are transmuted into wood. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put the woodland on because it's bothering me now that I've got every single corner turned on, but not the woodland. Let's turn off the base legendary deck. Let's keep the corner legendary decks on. Let's add the woodland, and then there you go. That's the setup we want to have. I do love the woodland expansion. I like the woodland expansion as well, Foxbird. Cast at the start of your turn, place this card on one of your weapons. The weapon is now considered a magic object. Cool. Right. Oh, Talisman 2nd edition, but it's in well-used condition. Probably not worth much. Probably not, but if it's in well-used condition, then that also means that you've had a fun time playing with it, and it's hard to put a value on that, right? Like, would you rather have something that's worth more, or would you rather have enjoyed playing with it? That's the way I always look at it. What? What are you targeting me for? Game's just begun. What? Well, that's rude. Right. Hang on. But don't I resist that? Is that not one of my... If you're instructed to miss 1 or more turns, you ignore the effect. Hang on. Hang on. Cast at the start of a character's turn before they move. If casting a character's turn is they are immobilized, they may do nothing apart from negating the spell for the duration of the turn. Casting a creature cannot be attacked but may be evaded. So, see, this is where, because Talisman doesn't have a lot of like very strict rules terms, things like that come up where you go, well, I get what you're trying to do, but you're essentially making me skip a turn without saying that you're making me skip a turn. Yeah, I guess it doesn't technically miss a turn. Yeah, like it doesn't technically miss a turn, but in gameplay terms, that's what I've done. Yeah. I think if there was a new version of Talisman, like a 5th edition, we'd definitely petition Games Workshop to be like, get actual well-defined rules terms. Stop being so wishy-washy. Because it's alright when it's because like, if you were playing the game physically and that happened, you'd go, hang on, you're trying to make me skip a turn and my character says you can't skip a turn, and they'd be like, oh yeah, fair enough, that makes sense. Because you can do whatever you want while you're playing the physical one, but because the digital one relies on very specific terms, stuff like that happens, which makes sense, but you know, there's a difference between what makes rules sense and what makes sense to a player. Does that make sense? Like, as a player, you go, okay, well, what's happening and what should and shouldn't happen? Yeah, when stuff like that happens, it always makes me feel a bit weird. Yeah, that could cause a debate in a real game and probably a house rule. Yeah, that's a good example of something that would cause a house rule, but can't do that in a digital one because computers need to deal in absolutes. just like Sith. Also, still annoyed that I had to, you know what? You made me lose a turn, so you can enjoy having a werewolf, my friend. It's the lose lives and kill the debate all over again. It is. It absolutely is. Like, that's what we need to do. We need to stop people from being able to, like, define these things in the rules. They need to be defined. Only Sith deal in absolutes is an absolute. That's right, only Sith. No one else deals in absolutes. Only Sith. What if the Jedi were the real villains all along? I've actually been, because now it's all on Disney Plus, and it's an easier way to get it. I've been finally watching the Clone Wars animated show for Star Wars, which so far is fine. I tend to just watch it like when I'm doing the washing up, so I'm not that arsed. But yeah, it's fine. It's inoffensive, which is more than can be said for some other pieces of Star Wars media. Oh my god, does everyone want to stop murdering me? Oh my god, you absolute... Well, that is incredibly rude. See you later, Commandador. Good luck in your interview. Yep. Classic Talisman. Absolute classic Talisman. Right, what was I going to look at? Can't believe I got murdered so soon. There's just no need. There's just no need. Like, why would you be so rude? There's no need to be so rude. What are you gonna get? 2 gold. It's not bad. Not bad. Alright, we've got a healer out. That's alright. Yeah, it's just keeping track of where everything is. That's what gets me about Talisman. Like, once you hit a certain point, there's just so many cards on the board. So many things to keep track of, it gets a bit much. Oof. Unlucky. As long as everyone's having a bad time, I feel less bad. I think that's my official stance. Disney recently watched The Lion King in English on iPlayer. I'm guessing you only seen the Polish version of The Lion King. Let's roll the dice. I can go to my grave, but it's not going to do me any good. Let's go to the chapel. Let's treat myself to go into the chapel. Oof. Come on. Oh. Well, that's murder. I say that, I literally didn't have anything on my character, so it's a very small loss to come back. Still annoying. I'd like to point out, still annoying. Yeah, we've actually filled our board game shelf in the house now. So if we want to get any more board games, we have to figure out where to put them. There's actually the UK Games Expo happening here in the UK. I think it's only a couple of weeks away, but we decided not to go this time, but maybe next year, just because a combination of COVID and being quite a lot of people there, and also, yeah, don't really want to go somewhere where we know we're going to spend a lot of money on board games. It is probably time for some new shelves. Well, we're going to turn the spare bedroom that we have into a library. So once we do that, that'll free up some book space. Well, space that's currently been taken up by books downstairs, and we can then put those in the library, so that'll make some board game space. Entire prayer book. Right, I'd like to come back to life, please. That would be nice. That would be very nice. Nothing really getting a benefit from adding one to the score, so I might as well just go here and see what I can do. Ooh. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll drink a mysterious potion as soon as I start. 2 craft, yes please. Right, no one... You absolute... How annoying. How... What was it that you were saying? Who was saying about the Woodland expansion? Yeah, free chi. You disable Dark Fate, Darkest Light, but otherwise really enjoy it. Now that I've started getting absolutely mugged by the AI using Dark Fate, I'm tempted to make it so that they do that as well. Let's gain a strength. A cur strength. Thunderstorm starting here. I think that was me. No thunderstorms here. Not a one. Got nice. Actually, I was about to say it's classic rubbish British weather. But actually, it's not that bad. We've got a rare sunny day. Doing sage, you herb, you absolute herb. Yeah, I think what we'll start doing for these streams is probably once a month we'll play a digital board game that isn't one of ours, just because that's a nice way to mix things up a little bit. So yeah, next month I'll play some Gloomhaven, and the month after that I'll probably play some of that Fighting Fantasy Classics from Nomad Games. Seems like a good idea. Thanks, Frucci. I quite like it as an idea. Just adds a little bit of spice to the weekly streams. Like, obviously I'll keep playing all of our Nomad games because, you know, you need to get that quality in there. People start getting the shakes if they go for a certain amount of time without seeing someone play Talisman. Skim to the next human player. I had enough of this nonsense. Ooh, what's in the village? I could visit the Mystic? It's not the worst idea. Or the healer. Yeah, let's add one to the score and then go visit the healer, just so that I can get a bit of health back. Because, as we've seen previous, I am very prone to dying. Very, very prone to dying. And just surviving is quite an accomplishment at this point. So, okay, Fairy Godmother. yeah, if anyone's got suggestions for other digital board games they'd like to see us give a spin here at Nomad, feel free to let us know. The Slough. Slur? Slagger? Mysterium. Mysterium is another one that I own. I've got a copy of that, so I can definitely do some Mysterium. I've played the physical game, but I've not actually played the digital one. I'd be very interested in seeing how it goes about doing the digital one. I'm assuming there's AI? Oh. Yeah. Solo play with AI partners. Interesting. Yeah, I'd be very interested in playing that just to see what that's like. Yeah, I'll have to add that to the list. Consider it added. My mighty pen. Mysterium. Yeah, so my to-do list from this stream is to look at what other games, digital board games, we can stream here, and also sort out my transitions here on stream, because that's quite important. Right, what we got? What have we got here? Craft and craft. Let's go to the fairy ring. There's the woodland, they must take a path card. Right. You cannot gain or heal life. Destinies are really good. Who have we got here? Mr. Elf. Do I want to fight the elf?